we'll move down the list. Next we have Padme Amidala from Naboo.
Padme. Okay, this is one where I'm like, she's hot. And not only that, the makeup when in the first movie, yeah, I know, everybody laughs. She's hot. She has that command.
The costumes are cool.
The costumes are great, but she has that command presence of growing up in. If you listen to her backstory throughout the movie, she grew up in that political kind of realm.
Yeah, her family was very powerful.
Her family was
politics.
Political. She was the leader of her planet at a very early age, and then from there expanded out into the different realms throughout the universe.
Being a senator, after that.
Yeah, being a senator after that. I mean, she went from ruling a planet to being the one person who is the voice in the Senate for her planet, meeting various different companies and groups and peoples, being a leader. And she's a strong individual who is, for lack of a better term, awesome.
And she's right there in it. Like, she goes down to the planet with them. She wants to be part of everything. And I think we see that again and again from the women in Star Wars. They want to get their hands dirty.
Not just get their hands dirty, but they are the ones that can go from point A to point B, getting things done all the way to the end of the line, which happens to be, hey, we're going to take care of the problem.
Yeah.
She unites, on Naboo. There's the two different races, the Gungans, and the Nabooians.
And the Naboo.
The Naboo.
Two races who, not necessarily been at war, but clearly it didn't seem like the Gungans wanted to have anything to do with them. She was able to unite them for a common cause, and brought them together, and that's definitely not an easy task.
Absolutely not a difficult, an easy task at all.
It's just it's unfortunate, what happened, at the very end of episode 3. Unfortunately, she had to pass away, but luckily, the twins were born, and the story was
still 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
She also is like Rey in that she believes the positive. Like, she was always positive, believing the good.
Yep.
She believed in people in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I mean,
she saw too much positive in Anakin, though.
Maybe that's what. And at the end, remember, they said she was completely healthy, but she's lost the will to live. Stopped living. She didn't want to live anymore, which is that just shows you how much that she went through with everything. She saw what her love of her life,
killing younglings,
had become, and she just couldn't bear it anymore. She went through so much, and that was just it. That was kind of, it's kind of crazy to think she was perfectly healthy and she just
gave up.
She gave up, even with 2 kids
started turning yellow.
Yeah,
and
She saw, I'm sorry, when your husband or your love of your life is force choking you.
Tearing me apart.
Pretty sure you see that.
I think what really did it though was killing all the younglings.
The younglings.
Yes, and she's having 2 kids. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I think that was probably it.
Once he said that, because he didn't say no when she didn't say he didn't say no to her. That's when you saw her face. When she's like, Obi-Wan said you killed younglings. He didn't
killed younglings.
Didn't say no. I didn't do that. He didn't deny it. Then her face.
I don't know what you're seeing. That wasn't me.
Let's talk about something else.
Oh my gosh, your lying eyes.
No,
it was.
You look cute in that dress today. He didn't say anything like that at all. He didn't lie. He didn't say anything. So yeah, you're right, Jen. I think that probably was it. Once she's like, what is he going to do to my children? Mm-hmm. Or what is he going to do to anybody else if he has disregard for life like that? So, yeah, she was a powerful character, set up a lot of stuff, you know what I mean, going through it. I really, really enjoyed her character, especially the old bait and switch when they had the decoy as the queen and she's down going and getting in the dirty stuff. I thought that was thought that was pretty awesome.
Smart stuff.
That they did that in the movie. Yeah,
and
definitely.
She posed as the the queen's
the handmaid. Yeah,
handmaid. To go explore.
Her Highness commands
that's
you to
cool.
take her handmaiden.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Totally agree.
Some good clicking there on your headphones there, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Just needed it louder.
Yeah.
All right,
so moving on. 10. Next character we don't know too much about. We really only saw a little bit in episode 1, and I believe a little bit in was it episode 2 or 3. We have Shmi Skywalker. That is Anakin's mother.
Shmi.
Talk about selfless. The one thing she had in life. She let him go. She continued a life of slavery all alone, not even knowing what the heck was going on with her son. No contact. She must have been miserable, aside from the fact of knowing that, well, at least my kid isn't living as a slave anymore. Can go and be free. That was pretty cool of her to not be like, I don't even know who the dad is. Like, you keep him here. Like, I want to go. I don't even know whose
and
kid
she
that
did
is.
continue, and she did end up getting married again.
Yeah.
Yeah, she married the moisture farmer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where Uncle Owen comes from.
In
Uncle Owen in
Amperu. Yeah. One thing about Shmi is she wasn't a fan of the Sand People. Not at all.
No.
Not a fan of the Sand People. Not at all. I mean.
But really, who is?
Well, not her.
Well, I like the Sand People.
One.
They travel, single file. They're, they kind of follow the rules, and they follow a big line right down the middle of the road.
I mean,
hey, why not?
Yeah,
what do they look like under the masks?
I don't think we want to know.
Doesn't matter.
No.
I would like to know.
What if they're just made of sand? What if it's very literal that they are
sand type people? Yeah.
But aren't they like cannibals? That'd be really hard for sand to eat meat.
I don't.
They mouth sand.
What if how did we devolve into sand people? Let's go back to Smee for a second.
Well, because Smee, she went to a party. She went to a party with the sand people, and it didn't wind up good. I mean, I don't know what the heck happened there. But the hardest thing for Smee is she had to let her only son, the only person she ever was really super close to, let him walk right out the door with the long-haired Qui-Gon Jinn. You know what I mean? That takes a lot to say, don't look back, to telling Anakin, don't look back, just look forward, don't look back. That'd be horrible for a mother. Right, Jen? I'm not a mother. You're a mother. Would that be horrible if you said, look?
Well, I think it would be horrible for a father, too. But of course, it's horrible.
Yeah,
but when you are a parent, there are certain things you realize you have to do for the good of your kid.
For the better of your children, yeah. I'm telling you, if I had to send my son to military school, I'd be all right with that for 18 years. That's fine. I would not look back. I would just be like, go right ahead. That's all right. I know where you are. I'll see you 2 times a year. You're a good son.
Yes, dude, sir.
I believe you.
Been there, done that. Yeah. No, I'm good.
Yes, sir,
sir. Smee's an interesting character, though, too. She's kind of like that. You feel from her that mom sense that we've all kind of had. Like, she really absolutely adores Anakin, no matter what. He is, granted, he may be a little weird. He's got this pod that's hanging out in the backyard there. He built his own robot. Hey, cool. Who doesn't do that in their spare time at 6? So she kind of sees her son as like a genius. Let's push him forward. Let's see where he's going to go. Hey, Qui-Gon Jinn shows up, and hey, we can take him back, and we can, kind of teach him the ways of this mystical, weird little thing that he's got going on, and we're going to shove him forward and kind of hope for the best. He's supposed to be
the chosen one,
the new hope. He's going to be the guy who's going to take care of all of us. And she's kind of convinced. My son
she knows
is awesome.
That already. She knows that already. That's what she tells him.
My son is awesome.
Yeah, she knows he's gifted.
She knows that already, but now here's somebody else kind of providing that belief.
Totally.
She probably didn't know what else she could do with him. Like, I don't know how to.
Well, there's nothing else you
feeding his curiosity. Like,
what can you do when you're a slave and you only have access to certain? Yeah. No. Yeah.
How do I help my son become something better?
I think it's even further back than that. I think that she was resigned he was going to leave for who knows how many years. She knew that he didn't really belong to her.
Yeah, he wasn't destined for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. I mean, there's no father, like she said. I just carried him and I raised him. Mm-hmm. She knew, like he came for a reason. What she didn't know what until, Qui-Gon came into the picture.
Yeah, we don't want to mention the
kind of gave her a direction to point her son.
No,
nope.
Nobody needs to know that.
Nope.
Metamucil, you mean? I mean, for when Qui-Gon had a hard time. Yeah, he had a hard time with fiber, especially being in a sandy environment. He had to have some Metamucil.
Irregular.
Yeah,
Metapod.
He needed definitely going to dry things up back there.
I want to make a version of of that movie, and anytime they mention Metachlorians, just change it to Metapod. And just,
have
the Pokemon floating across
or Metamucil.
You just said it, and I'm very upset with you.
I'll edit it out in post.
Yeah, you mean Metamucil. That's what you mean.
I'll distract people with some lens flare.
No.
I did not say that word.
I'm a Titarian. I don't fall for that.
He's some kind of Jedi waving your hands around like that.
Republic credits will do.
No, what are you thinking?
Let's move on to a character that we don't really see in the movies, but is still considered canon. This character is a Jedi Padawan in training. Actually, a Padawan of Anakin in the Clone Wars series and movie, the animated. Ahsoka Tano. I don't know, Jen. I know you've not seen the Clone Wars series,
but I've read about her.
Sean, I don't know how much you know about it. She's quite awesome, and like I was saying before, she does remind me a lot of Rey in a lot of ways. I mean, she would even come, have arguments with Anakin. Anakin would even be willing to argue with Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Yoda.
Yeah.
But she would even step up and argue back with him. She could almost be his equal. She wasn't quite as powerful with the Force as him, but she definitely had. She was definitely very fearless. In any situation that Anakin thought he could handle, he would always bring her along, and she would manage to, barely make it through it as well. But she could hold her own. She was pretty awesome.
And
we're talking about the youngling that was part of the Clone War series animated, correct?
Animated, yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm in.
And we know later on she retreats from everything and then becomes the very rare white Jedi.
Which is kind of not even like a Jedi. It's kind of in its purest form. They're not really good nor bad. They're not really part of either one. She's kind of straddling that thin line.
Yeah.
Her and her dual white lightsabers. I would love to see that in a movie. Can we please?
Oh, wouldn't that just be awesome?
Can we
just
please
to see
get
a white lightsaber
movie?
I hope she shows up somewhere because she's very cool.
I get a feeling that they're probably not going to take the animated series and incorporate that into the current Disney movies that they have right now.
Especially not the Clone Wars, because the Clone Wars was first, I believe.
Well, there is actually a character in Rogue One who was in the Clone Wars. Saw Gerrera, the character played by Forrest Whitaker, that character actually first appeared in the Clone Wars movies. So absolutely could happen. The last Star Wars celebration that they had a panel specifically for Ahsoka, and the whole point was they wanted to kind of test the waters and see, what kind of how many people is this going to attract over to this area? Like, how many people really loved it? And it was packed. It was absolutely packed. They had artwork. They told stories about her past, her future, and a little bit more about her. And the fans just they loved it. They ate it up. So there's definitely a possibility that we could see Ahsoka show up in another movie, or I would hope to even get her a standalone movie for her. She's an interesting character enough that
it's very interesting.
that she could definitely hold her own in a movie. So I would.
And if I remember right,
that.
she had a couple of her own standalone episodes in the Clone War canon.
She was in almost
everyone. Almost everyone she was in.
Yeah.
She was pretty much a main character throughout the whole thing. A lot of times, even when Anakin would be absent, she would be there. Yeah, she would still be there. He would go kind of send her off on some task, and she'd get it done.
That's cool. She's a cool character.
She was.
I mean, honestly, Rey is opening up the doors for a lot of female characters with this new Disney thing. So that is highly possible that you'll see her, and you'll see more coming out of it, which is a great thing, because they can just spread their wings and just hit every fan base around. I mean, girls and boys, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I, for one, would like to welcome our new overlords, the Disney Universe, in thanking them for all of the female characters that they seem to be giving us.
Especially the
Disney's
hot ones,
always
man.
been very female positive, too, if you go back to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Don't mention Sean. He already did something with the dwarves. I don't need to see that again, please.
I will say, I think that I still think even before all of this, the strength of the female character in Star Wars rivaled other things. Like it just wasn't there before. Princess Leia was, for the time period. Remember, guys, 1970s. That was a big thing. That she was strong and gun wielding and all of that. So I think that they have some thing to live up to with all these movies and the characters as they move on. And I think Disney right now is just killing it with female characters. I hate to bring up Moana in the middle of Star Wars, but
I was thinking the same thing.
I was blown away by that character, and I really think it's a great time to be a girl.
It's no longer just, hey, wait in the castle, some prince will come save me a night, someone help me. It's just like, all right, I'm getting out.
You know what? I'm tired of waiting on you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get it done myself.
Yeah. And I would rather see that too. I don't know what was so interesting about the helpless princess. Like I don't know. That's not interesting to me. Like,
well, as a guy, it's not supposed to be interesting to us. It's supposed to be interesting to the women of the world.
I don't think so. I think you're supposed to feel all great about, look at the guy going to save the girl, and I can do that too. And I think those movies do not benefit in real life men or women, but I think that's what you were supposed to feel.
More story driven as opposed to increasing or decreasing one person's value over another.
Like they thought that that's what we wanted to see, but it wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
Yeah.